Melissa Reddy, let's come to you with Arsenal today. Mikel Arteta has been having his say on the title race. If we're already going to call it that, 7 games in, how big a game is this for Arsenal?
Well, Mikel Arteta said it's not season-defining, and given it is so early in the campaign, you can't really argue with his stance on that. He said it would be an energy booster, a massive spike in confidence for Arsenal if they were to beat Manchester City, and he referenced the Community Shield in that regard and how it made his team feel. However, he also touched on recent defeats, offering Arsenal a lot of important lessons in how to bridge that gap with City. And he does feel that performances, while the scoreboard might have not been in Arsenal's favour recently, the performances against Manchester City have been really, really good. Now, there's so much up in the air with this fixture regarding selections and stuff, but Mikel Arteta did tell us the one thing he knows for certain Arsenal need to be competitive in this game.
Well, that was an important one for us. Obviously, winning that title against City is always something that you have to value the way we did it as well, and it gives us confidence as well and belief that we can beat them.
Is there any difference that do you think now between the sides as opposed to back then?
Well, that's a while ago. Obviously, it was after pre-season. We have some players available, some players not available. We are much more into the season, so I think it will be a different game. We know one thing for certain is we're going to have to be at our best, and we're going to have to be at our best in every department for 100 minutes, and then we have a chance.
Is this a season-defining game for Arsenal? I mean, if you do get 3 points, does that give you much-needed confidence to show that you can win the Premier League this year?
No, it would be a big boost, obviously, energy and confidence-wise, but apart from that and the 3 points, nothing else.
Melissa, we know what a key player Bukayo Saka is for both club and country, and obviously called up by England and Gareth Southgate. But Arsenal fans would have been really worried when they saw him taken off against Lens in the Champions League on Tuesday. How likely is it he will feature against the champions this Super Sunday?
Yeah, and they were worried for good reason as well, given Saka was carrying a thigh issue and then he picked up a different muscular strain in that Champions League defeat in midweek. And with such a big clash this weekend, they did not want him to be absent. But the first positive sign that Saka could and will be included in the fixture is his presence in Gareth Southgate's England squad. Given Gareth Southgate speaks to the club so often to assess player fitness, and the fact that Southgate said that Saka is in contention for the weekend, I asked Mikel Arteta if that is actually the case.
He's in contention. Let's see how he progresses from here to Sunday. And obviously he had to leave the pitch. That's never good news, but let's see how he recovers.
Can you give us clarity on what exactly the muscular injury was, which...
I leave that for the doctors.
So for Melissa, that is a potential big-name absentee for Arsenal. For City, there's a definite big-name absentee, isn't there, Peter? And that is Rodri, still suspended. How much of a factor could that play, do you think, on Sunday?
Oh, he's a really big player, isn't he? I mean, Rice against Rodri would have been a really terrific contest to watch in midfield, and he's certainly a huge miss. Probably one of the first names on the team sheet as far as Pep Guardiola is concerned, but he's suspended. And when you take into consideration that De Bruyne is also missing, Pep Guardiola has some really big decisions to make with that midfield. How he's going to cope with the Arsenal contingent, but also how they're going to create. And like I say, he has a solution to try and find. But I got the impression today he was actually relishing that job.
Yeah, the teams are defined for the quality of your players and the team spirit, and the relation between them is much more important than any tactics that you can use, because when you have a good team spirit, a good relation between them, when you make a mistake defensively, the other one is going to help you and you're going to solve your problem. And we overestimate a lot of tactics, the systems and these kind of things, and the relations are so important. And when you have an absence as important like him, we have to find something inside of us to find a solution. And this is when I try to do it. So I'm not going to deny how important is Rodri, like is Kevin, like is many players of many years are here. but they are not. We cannot start to crying and complaining. You have to find a solution, and solution will be 11 players going to be there to try to win in London. We are talking maybe one of the best, maybe the best, or one of the 2-3 best holding midfielders in the world. So it's normal that the influence in the team is so big. It's normal, but it's not there. And always we handle it the last years with many absence, move forward, and do it. But yeah, the moment in my mind when a player is not there is out. It's completely out. I don't think about that, and I'm thinking the solutions I have to find. We have to find. So it's not there. It's on holidays now. Enjoy, and when we come back after international break, we'll be ready for Brighton.
One other big miss for City this weekend, John Stones. He's still not fit. He's been out since August, but still not fully fit to recover. Should be okay for England, though, during the international break. And a word on Kevin De Bruyne. Guardiola says he sees him every day and he's getting better. That's great news for City.